I wouldn't. Yes.
There you go. He tries. Make sure that you follow Live Patriot Games on Rumble and YouTube, Patriot Takes on Rumble and YouTube, and Addicted Patriot on Rumble and YouTube, at Bearded Patriot on Twitter. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, hit the bell. I definitely appreciate all the support. So I decided that because this show is a train wreck of love, but yet it keeps bringing in people and entertaining, which it is. It's entertaining to watch a train wreck. Anyone knows that. Anyone will tell you that. So I decided to go ahead and just follow through with it. Let's just review every episode. Not the ones that have already passed, but going forward, especially because we were seeing this train wreck of Orion, whatever, and Lauren, which at first, I think that a lot of that was victim Olympics, and I still think it is on some level, but it's funny because although I feel like if the tables were turned, Lauren would definitely be doing the similar things, maybe not quite as bad, because damn that Orion. Damn that fool. But I feel like it would not be as bad. And it's funny because my opinion has shifted a little bit, because all she has been doing is trying to apologize for making a joke ever since she did. In reality, what I think happened was he made up his mind. He didn't like her, whatever the case may be. He's using victimhood as an excuse because he doesn't actually care that much. If he does, then he needs to go back to whatever the opposite of sensitivity training is, because you need to be able to take a joke, dude. You need to be able to. Instead, he's carrying it out through the season. So it is ridiculous. But we're going to get to them. But let's go through some of the other couples, because we put all that time on Lauren and Orion. We put all that time on them, but the other couples got their issues too. So, Becca and Austin, Claire and Cameron, and Emily and Brennan. So, of all of them, Becca and Austin to me seem like if there's one that could potentially make it, it's them. But at the same time, this show is completely formulated to try to get ratings. I mean, to keep a show on the air, they have to get ratings for sure. But it's like The Bachelor, Bachelorette. They create all this crap. There's no way they put those two, Lauren and Orion. There's no way they put those two together without knowing it wasn't going to be fireworks. They tried to say it's because the shared love of culture and everything, knowing that both of them, with all this extensive research, would be more adept to want to play the victim with anything. So, they knew what was coming, and guess what? They got what they wanted, because it was a train wreck. But the only situation that might be an issue for Becca and Austin...
And that kind of belief I felt was enough.
In my experience, I don't often meet Christians who don't want to change my mind.
Well, Becca, meet Austin.
Okay, so the whole idea of she is agnostic, meaning she doesn't know or hasn't seen the evidence of religion, God, whatever you want to say, and he is a Christian. Problem being that what they're saying is she has this preconceived notion of religious people trying to convert her. Now, if you're a Christian, chances are you want people to come to that side. That being said, you having a preconceived notion of what is to come and that he's going to try to convert you may not bode well, especially when he's never shown that. And even the pastor guy pointed that out. Now, for the future, when it comes to kids and stuff, this might be a problem. You're also going to see some of this with Claire and Cameron, but that's the main thing I see for them. Otherwise, overall, going pretty well. Moving on. Not a whole lot interesting going on with that one. On to Claire and Cameron.
Like naturally to just see how bad it gets.
That's not good.
No, I like to see.
That's a terrible way to do things.
I like to see where the
Not
limit
a
is
good thing
sometimes.
I
necessarily.
feel like that's not being preventative, and that's not hopeful.
But maybe.
I like to.
Well, can we not do that?
Okay.
All we have to do is be open to communicate. If
Open to
something's bothering
communicate,
us,
true.
Just say it.
So, with that one, it's kind of true and it's kind of not. He's saying he likes to push boundaries to see where the limits are. Now, should he go out of his way to push a boundary? No, probably not. But seeing where boundaries are is important. So that's why it's not a negative thing. And having her not being with someone who, or having not lived with someone in the past, you're going to get on each other's nerves. That's for sure. So testing boundaries and seeing what's okay is one thing, as long as you're not doing it just to be a dick. I mean, that's kind of it. But, you know, for sure, if someone says, hey, I don't like that, okay, take it into consideration. There's nothing wrong with that. And don't worry, we're going to get to the Orion, Lauren story. That's coming up because I got a bunch of clips for that. Because interesting to say the least. But the only other issue with them, with Becca and Cameron, was, and I'm not going to play the clip for it, but they come up later talking about, again, the religious thing. She's Catholic. He is not religious. He wants the kids to choose religion, or to choose if they want religion or not. And that could be an issue when you're talking about raising your kids. So, yes, big problem, because if he wants to raise them a certain way and you want to raise them a certain way, you're going to have to come to some sort of conclusion or consensus of how to do it. If you can't do that, that's a problem, because it's going to lead to a lot of conflict. So, to determine now is the right thing, and that's an understatement. So hopefully they work that out. There's some cracks with theirs too. Like I said, I don't think they're going to last either, but we'll see. The interesting thing was Brennan, though, because Brennan decided to take I'm going to say something without saying something approach and try to look like the good guy. And he was one I kind of liked. But now it's kind of like, you're just kind of being a douche. I mean, at least that's what it comes off as.
Yeah. So you're going to work here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll probably, like, if I have a morning call, take that here, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And then take that, make some breakfast, and then head to my house. I don't want to be in traffic either, so.
Yeah.
But tonight, yeah, I definitely want to go back.
Oh, good
try to
Lord.
get the house.
Come on, man.
My work week is crazy, so maybe we should, like, reconvene in, like, a few days before moving.
Oh, good God. So he gets back and doesn't waste any time to setting it up for, I'm not going to live here. Now, you can argue you just met this person. You also just married this person. You signed up for this to be your wife. That is a problem. Next stage is living with that person. Problem is on this show, you have experts who don't believe this stuff and really don't believe in marriage itself. You have the little small person, Dr. Pepper, who doesn't even live with her husband and stated that in a past season. And yet you want people to have a successful marriage. That is why this is set up for failure, and that is why this is good reality TV. What can you say? But it only gets worse with Mr. Brennan.
And I felt like he really liked me in the beginning, but then I started feeling like unsure, and like I'm trying to understand how to like move forward with that.
You want to speak to that?
Yeah, I think, during the honeymoon and the wedding, like, you're kind of just like overcome with all this adrenaline and everything, and you really don't know how you feel. You're just like going with the flow and riding and riding and riding.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to save you some time, and we're going to move on to the next clip. He goes on to try to make an excuse as to why he really hasn't been attracted to her the whole time. Only, it looked just fine, and now he's acting like he wasn't the whole time. It's ridiculous. This is a big problem. But it gets worse when he tries to have his non-answer as to why, because naturally, she wants answers. Now, I wasn't a big fan of her because she was this party girl and everything. I'm like, she ain't ready for marriage. I thought he was more ready. But now, she's the one trying to make it work, and he's the one saying, what can I say? I just, I'm not attracted or whatever. But without really saying it. So let's go on to the next clip.
Analyzing and thinking.
Yeah.
Specifically the self-sabotaging. That's what I think you're doing.
Oh, okay.
She makes a good point, because that's what it seems like.
Like, I just need you to, like, you don't have to tell me, like, why not, but, like, I just need you to tell me if you're physically attracted to me or not. Because I think that's a big, important piece of this. And, like, you won't answer it directly.
I'm not shaking my head
I
at that
just don't
question.
think that's nice.
But, like, that's a...
Okay. She says, I just need you to tell me if you're physically attracted to me. Okay. Reasonable, I think, simply because now he's all of a sudden sending out these different signals that have changed since he got back, which now it almost seems like he just wanted a free vacation. So she's like, something changed. I just need to know. His response is no, because it's not nice. So he basically says, I'm not attracted to you, only probably something worse, without saying it, and then trying to say it's not nice by trying to make him look like he's the good person by not telling you, even though he is telling you. She goes on to say, I just need some specifics. I need you to tell me, is it something specific or whatever exactly she said? And he just won't do it. He won't say it. So it's interesting to see if it's like, I'm just not attracted to her, which all of a sudden would be kind of weird, when it seemed fine, or there's something specific. Either way, he's coming off like a douche. Like, this is a theme. Douchebags. Him and Orion should be friends. For sure, they should be, because this just doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. And I feel bad for the girl, I do. She, party girl, whatever you want to say, she's the one trying to make it work at this point. So they're doomed. I don't think Cameron and Becca are going to do a whole lot, or not Cameron and Becca, Cameron and Claire. Austin and Becca, maybe. Okay, the fun part. Moving on to the train wreck, the absolute abysmal matchmaking decision that is Lauren and Orion. My God. So it all comes to a head, and it's really, there's a lot of clips. I'm going to get through them, but it's important because this was doomed to begin with. This was never going to work. And Lauren comes out as the victim in this and has every right to be, because she was used. I would just say used, because what else did this guy want? Maybe he just wanted a vacation. I don't know what he wanted. At some point he decided she wasn't for him, and then he used a joke she did, and to sell that, and then she spent the whole rest of the time, or he spent the whole rest of the time using that to say, this is why I'm not attracted to you at all. So, yeah.
Completely blindsided with Orion texting me to get a divorce.
So in essence, what happened was he texted her, or they said something about a reset, and then he texted her saying he wants a divorce, but he wants to continue the process. So he wants to be on TV. He doesn't want to look bad, but he wants a divorce. So as you can see, this is the douche. He's not just a gold winner in the Victim Olympics. He is a gold winner in the Douche Olympics. Absolutely. Mr. Orion, you are full of crap. My God.
A few texting here and there. We actually tried to meet up before all of this. It just didn't work out with timing and things like that.
I don't really think there was a lot of effort put into meeting up.
So he's lying, for one. He's lying. She goes on to say that he didn't give the effort. He says she gave her schedule saying this is when I'm available, and he just never responded. And now he's trying to make it look like on camera that he's the good guy and that he tried, he put in the effort. But in reality, he's doing everything, all this shady crap off camera, and she's putting him on blast for it, and she should. She should put him on more blast. She should stop apologizing because she didn't do anything wrong. Take a joke, dude. Just take a joke. It's ridiculous. But it's not even that. I don't even think he's as offended as he putting it out there. He's using it, which is worse. You're using being a victim to get your way. This is narcissism. Someone pointed that out. Narcissistic, stuff going on here. He definitely has a lot of those personality traits. Diagnosable? I don't know. I'm not able to diagnose him, but he definitely checks a lot of the boxes. That's for sure.
Repair. I do still want to be here. I do still feel like my husband and I
She's
can make
still
this work,
fighting
but
for
I don't
it.
feel like he wants to.
Still fighting for
You came back
it.
to me and said you want to do a reset. I don't hold this against you. We can move through this. And then the next day, it's you don't want to continue the marriage, even though you literally sent me a text saying you want to focus on the future. Like some things you just say, I don't think it's your intention, but it just confuses me so much. To the
Who cares
point where
what's
I'm
his
just
intention?
like,
Who cares?
Okay.
Good Lord. What does intention matter? It doesn't matter. He's still being a douche. He's still absolutely wrecking whatever this girl's idea of marriage was. And obviously, she at least somewhat wanted to make it work. There were issues with her, but at least she somewhat seemed like she wanted to make it work. She didn't flip out. She's more upset that it's a failing marriage, which kind of I didn't see coming for her. So it's really interesting.
It wasn't necessarily specific to me or to us. It was just the future as a whole.
Okay. You came in already with your mind made up.
Rolling eyes,
there
perfect.
really isn't much that's going to sway your decision. You came in here like, I want a divorce. That's what's going to happen. Is that fair to say?
I wouldn't. Yes.
There you go. He tries to, for a second there, he tries to spin it, but then he's like, I can't anymore. I'm over it. And he goes ahead and tells the truth that he just came in with that mindset. So he said the quiet part out loud. He did. It's over. He said what it was. Douche. douche of the century for sure. Well, maybe not the century. That's a little much. Douchebag for sure, though.
To truly start fresh, start
She's
over,
still trying. She knows this is just for
let
ratings.
go
She knows damn well it ain't
of
gonna
what
work.
happened
Give me
on
a
the
break.
honeymoon. It is not a characterization of who you are at your core. It is not a characterization of who you are at your core.
Maybe.
Lauren, do you truly forgive him?
I feel like I've expressed that.
Why?
multiple
Oh my
times.
gosh.
What about for you?
Look at that. Look at that.
I'm not sure.
Give me a break,
I'm
dude.
not sure.
Forgive her for what? For making a joke? Are you that big of a victim? He needs 7 gold medals for Victim Olympics. Now, like I said, I think it's a cover, at least in part, but I also think he wants to be the victim. And she was more likely trying to make the marriage work, and he's trying to be a victim. Like, he's so horribly oppressed that she said something, oh, I just looked at your face, it's a little red. Do you know the meaning of redskin? I will tell you what I really don't know, but I'm going to tell you what I think. Give me a break, dude. You just didn't want to be a part of it. Again, he's the one that said he went on a date with a dude and, oh, the dude kissed him and, oh, then he realized it wasn't for him. Like, why were you on a date with a dude to begin with? Just go be with a dude. If that's what you want to do, be with a dude. But don't drag her through the mud for this. This is freaking ridiculous. My God.
It's just with everything that happened, everything that took place, I lost all romantic interest.
Wow. He lost all romantic interest. For what? Everything that took place? He was the one that kept saying after they were off camera that, oh, I can't talk to her. Everything gets flared up. And she's like, what? Give me a break. This is absolutely ridiculous. This fool, I can't. I repeat myself, but it is absolutely ridiculous. This fool needs to go to anti-victimology. This fool needs to go to anti-sensitivity training. He needs something, but he is definitely going to leave a bunch of people in his wake with this terrible, horrible personality trait crap he's doing, where he's just making her seem like she's doing something wrong. She's apologizing over and over when she had nothing to apologize to begin with. I don't like the term gaslighting because I think it's overused today. He is gaslighting the hell out of her. This is a case study in gaslighting. That's exactly what it is. Ultimately, she still said she wanted to make it work and she's attracted to him. And he said he wants the divorce. What the whole... He's destined to be alone. That's exactly what's going to happen. I'm curious to see how the rest of the season plays out. But this ended how we knew it was going to end. And you know, the next thing's going to be when they do the reunion, he's going to be like, I got so much hate online. I'm like, yeah, everyone who's in the public eye gets hate online. But he's going to try to play the victim again. In this situation, I feel bad for her. I do. You know, I think that she got the short end of the stick, or the got a raw deal with this, whatever you want to say, because she spent the whole time apologizing for something she didn't need to apologize for and trying to say that she wanted to make the marriage work while he was just like, I'm just not there. I'm just not there. It's crazy. It's crazy, but I'm glad the 15 minutes for that fool is over and he can go back to whatever the hell he was doing, telling everyone how he's a victim, because it's infuriating if you watch that. Now, the show itself, we know it's set up to not work. Come on, man, it's for ratings. But it's still frustrating to see someone like that on TV, having a platform to just look like a complete douche to someone else. It's crazy. So, make sure you join next week. We'll see what happens with the rest of the couples. But this train wreck has now ended. Thank you for joining me, and I will see y'all next time.